All right. All right, everybody. We're going to try something a little different. People have been asking about NEWTS Got Issues. So I thought, what better time to get into that than when a new comic book is coming out, and one done by my good friend for a long time, Mr.
Mark Poulton.
Hey, man. We've known each other going back to the Hall of Heroes days.
Yeah, I was a regular there, and you were one of the employees who would give me a hard time for being a Rob Liefeld fan.
We did, yeah, and then you went on to work for him, and I was just like, oh, I probably misjudged that one. But we've written a bunch of shit together over the years, going back to the screenplay for Velvet Rope and Scratch, which we worked on together.
Yeah.
And then way back in 2010, go ahead and explain this to the people.
All right. So I started my comic career in 2006 on a book I created with a couple of my friends called KONI Waves. And around 2010, it was actually in development as a live action television series. And I was thrilled. Obviously, that's like one of the dreams. And we had interest from the Island Film Group, which funds Hawaiian films. And they wanted to see a screenplay. We were working with Barney Cohen, who created the Sabrina the Teenage Witch television series, the Melissa Joan Hart one, not the current one. And we needed a screenplay, and we needed it. It was like maybe a Tuesday or Wednesday. We needed the screenplay by Monday.
Yeah.
And they said, Mark, this is your opportunity. You can write it. And I was like, I'm going to need help. That's a lot of work to get done in a Monday. And I hit you up, and you jumped on board. And I think you helped me early on. And then I think you got pulled off for something because you had a lot of irons in the fire.
Yeah. We were doing Underbelly at the time too. We had just signed the contract with that, and then and I just remember you gave me like the beats that they wanted, and I went to work on that, and I think I got you a first draft in like 2.5 days because I don't sleep when I get on a project, and I just churned it out.
Yeah, we each like picked scenes that we thought we would excel at. I know you wrote the morgue scene, which is classic Newt, I feel. Like, and we did it. We pulled it off. We got it done by Monday, and the Island Film Group loved it, and they were behind the project. We just had to find funds to match their funds. Yeah. And man, we thought this was a done deal. We did a huge signing at San Diego Comic-Con 2010. We had Melise Jowl on board, who went on to be Dr. Light in the Flash TV series. But before then, she was one of the stars of Vampire Diaries. Yeah, and that show was huge. So we did a 2-hour signing at San Diego Comic-Con. MTV covered the signing. Yep. We all thought this show is going to happen. Yep. Yeah. And we had an offer on the table for the show, and we were advised, I don't want to throw the person under the bus, but we were advised not to take the deal because according to them, there was a bigger deal out there.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. That bigger deal never happened.
Yeah.
And it was a shame because I thought that screenplay was fantastic. It was actually so for those that don't know, KONI Waves is about a female detective in Hawaii, deals in supernatural cases. This screenplay was like the KONI story I always wanted to do because like I was very young at the time when my friends and I created this, and one of the friends, we kind of butted heads on the direction of the series. I wanted to be more Buffy meets Hawaii 5-0. They wanted to be a little more I don't know, a little more risque.
Exactly, yeah, because she was an exotic dancer in the original run.
Yeah, we sort of dropped that. And but the screenplay, I was so excited about it. I thought it was fantastic. And it didn't happen, but I always thought maybe one day we could revisit this. And just so happened that the last 6 years I've been self-publishing, and it just
tell the people where they can find you.
My website, hauntedpizzallc.com. Over the last six years, been crowdfunding my books through Indiegogo, and it blew up. It started with a book called Graveyard Shift, and my friend and I, we pitched this book to every indie publisher out there, and they all rejected it. They said it was too 90s. We don't know what to do with this. We don't know how to market it. And we launched it on Indiegogo, asking for $5,000. And I was like, man, what are we going to do if we don't hit that? I don't have the money to fund this book. We funded in like 5 minutes, but went on to make over $100,000. Then the sequel crowdfunded $250,000. And over the last 6 years, I've crowdfunded over $1 million for my properties. It's crazy. I would have never imagined.
I love the one you did with your son.
Oh yeah,
I thought that
Pizza Tree.
Yeah, Pizza Tree is great. When I heard that, I was like, dude, this is awesome. He's writing a book with his son. And I, back in the day when we used to have meetings and he was a baby and he always looked like he wanted to fight me. And now he's like a human. He's like a human person now.
Yeah, he's going to be 13. So he co-owns the company with me. And we've created a bunch of books together. Pizza Tree, which at one point was in development as a film. I got to work with Ryan Lambert from Monster Squad on that,
cool,
which is crazy because that's like tied with Lost Boys as my favorite movie.
Yeah.
We've created a bunch of characters together. We're going to launch an action figure line later this year. And that's awesome. It's amazing. And he's helped like create some of those characters. So he's 13 years old. He's won awards for writing, and he's going to have action figures of characters he created. Like, it's the life I would have wanted when I was 13.
Exactly. But you're doing all that stuff. You're doing like the Marvel card like things and all this cool incentives for people to come on. And it's like, that's a dude who actually grew up with comics, who's doing what, again, like a 13-year-old would do if they had the chance to make fucking comic books. Yeah,
but like that's the best thing about being your own boss. I'm bringing back like all the stuff I loved when I was collecting, like the trading cards. Every book we release comes with trading cards, prints. I'm doing foil covers. The stuff that the mainstream industry got away from. Because they look back, they don't look back fondly on the 90s, which I thought it was the most exciting time ever for comic books. And I'm trying to bring back some.
People in the 90s were just trying things and just seeing what stuck to the wall. And say what you want. Again, I used to bust your balls about Rob Liefeld, but you went on to write Hawkman with him at DC Comics, so know
the guy was a rock star. He did a Levi's commercial.
And it's just like, but certain things, just again, that Levi's commercial stuff that just sticks out and will be remembered forever in pop culture, and so that's so crazy you're working on that. And then a couple months ago you came to me and you said, hey, we were standing in line, you and Dex were standing in line at the horror convention, you had an idea, how quickly can you get us something? And I sat down and I kind of played with your idea a little bit, and I turned in something that you were pretty happy with. And then you came to me and they said, oh yeah, remember that screenplay we wrote back in 2010? I'm rebooting the comic, and that's going to be one of the incentives to the crowdfunding. And I was like, holy shit, that's amazing.
Things have just been, going so well. It's allowed me to it's allowed me to revisit projects like KONI Waves. That was brought to me by the previous publisher if I would want to like bring that back and I publish it. And I was like, yes, I want to, because I feel like there's unfinished business there. And with the screenplay you're the other one you're talking about, my love for horror has been like revitalized since Terrifier. And that's the line I was waiting in. My friend
and the girl from Terrifier, I just shot with the girl from the first one last week.
Oh wow.
The one who gets cut in half.
Oh wow.
Yep. And part two filmed at Fright Factory, and that's where we shot Swamp Zombies 2. And all my props that we left there are in major scenes in Terrifier 2. So seeing that on the big screen was wild. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was at Monster Mania convention with one of my best friends, Dex, who I created. He's one of the creators of KONI Waves with me. And we were just standing there. Terrifiers, like, it's a phenomenon now. We were waiting in line for like 8 hours that day. And Dex at one point was like, this should be us. And I was like, why couldn't it be us? We could easily think of the next horror icon. And we were just spitballing ideas. And then I had this one that I really loved and Dex really loved it. The person in line in front of us really loved it because they were eavesdropping. And I was like, I'm so busy though. Like I have an idea in place, but I need someone who I know can get stuff done. And that's where you came in, Newt. And like in a matter of days, you had to. You had to.
Because I kept asking you. Yeah, I kept asking you. I was like, well, how many pages do you want for this? Because I was thinking like, over 100 or whatever. But you're like, 60 something. And I tried to get you 60 something good pages really quickly. And the fact that it takes place in a mall is perfect because that's where we met. And that allows for so many cool kills. And then you're a big wrestling fan and it has a wrestling angle to it as well. So that was a really fucking fun one to write, man. It's just anything that we've worked on over the years. I've been so excited to get things moving. And most stuff is kind of stalled at the gate, but I think you and I put some really cool stuff together over the years. Scratch, I was so excited about, never got to, I don't even know what happened to Dane, the guy who drew it. Just vanished.
Yeah, I believe he took a job at Comixology, digital
really?
comics.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think this is the year, the start of good things. Like I see the way things are going for you. The last 6 years, my career has been going upward, and we're going to finally release that KONI project. It's not in the form that we thought, but it's a start, and a lot of cool things are happening. So it's great to have you a part of it because we've tried to work together for so long.
Yep. Yeah. And so this coming Friday, March 3rd, the campaign launches. Tell people a little bit more about that. I'll put all the stuff below so that everybody can take a look at it.
Yeah. So March 3rd, Friday, March 3rd, 9 p.m., we're launching KONI Waves, the graphic novel, 56 pages based on our screenplay. I brought in a female writer, Mandy Summers, to adapt our screenplay into the graphic novel. Renzo Rodriguez, who's worked with me on Viking Wolf and a ton of other projects, is an interior artist. He is fantastic. KONI's never looked better. The pages are absolutely
I love beautiful. The pages I've seen so far.
Dexter Weeks is returning, KONI Waves co-creator. He's doing the coloring. I think it's the best work of his career. He's doing the lettering, and there's going to be a variant cover. We got Irene Strakalski involved, who artist of Gwenpool. She's doing a variant cover for us. So 2 covers. We're also releasing the screenplay book that's going to have a cover by Marat Michaels, who Deadpool artist, Brigade artist from Image. One of my all-time favorites. And then we're releasing Making Waves, which is the art of KONI Waves, a pinup book, a bunch of guest artists. And I was able to use some of the artwork of Steve Sestilli, who was the 3rd creator of KONI Waves.
And anybody who knows my stuff has seen Steve's artwork for the posters that we've done. Yep. Yeah,
he didn't want to be part of the reboot, but I figured out a way to incorporate some of his work because I thought it should be part of the book. And we're launching March 3rd. I'm very excited about it. And the more pre-orders we get, the more we can add to it with stretch goals like trading cards, prints. The sky's the limit. We've done lots of cool stuff with, posters and pogs, all sorts of crazy stuff. So yeah,
I'm kids. You know what POG stands for?
No, enlighten me.
Do you know?
No, I don't.
Pineapple, orange, guava. It's pineapple, orange, guava. Because they were the caps of the things in Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
You learned something new today. What
I was today years old.
Scuba is self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. There we go. I took everybody a lesson. So no, man, I'm so excited about them coming out. I'm excited that the screenplay was able to be used in some way all these years later. I'm so appreciative that you reached out to me about that. And then the next one, Ma'am, is a wrestling slasher book set in a mall. And the first artwork you showed me is gorgeous. I think people are going to dig the shit out of that one. So thank you for being a friend all these years. And thank you for believing in me. And I tried to find my 2006 KONI Waves flyer from Stormwatch Comics, and I couldn't find it, but I know I have it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's great that we're finally getting to work together. And the project, Ma'am, like you said, Dexter Weeks is going to be the artist of that. So once he's done with KONI Waves, he's going to get busy on that. And it's already generating a little buzz. You know, some people are looking at it, and I think like even like a horror magazine reached out to Dex about it. So
oh, nice.
Yeah,
it's got some brutal, awesome kills in it. Just some of the stuff I thought up, I was like, I wonder what that would look like. And you know, and then your draft is going to just make it so much more professional and awesome. And you know, it's a pretty cool time to be in indie comics. Obviously, I've showed you pages from my book.
Yeah, it looks incredible.
Yeah, so it's exciting, man. Comics and indie movies have always been my favorite thing, and you and I have had many a conversation about 80s horror and 90s comic books. So I'm excited this is happening, and I hope everybody who's watching goes and checks out the campaign if you want to see the screenplay or, you know, just the other incentives in there. And yeah, man, thank you. And when it comes out, we'll have to come back on and talk about, you know, that Hollywood bought the fucking rights and
yeah, that would bring us full circle. That would be incredible.
I know, right? All those years ago when I was some scumbag who worked in a South Jersey mall making fun of this dude, you know, we teased you a little bit, but you know, not too bad.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm just too nice of a person, but I figured underneath all that, you're a good guy.
Yeah, you know, and I work fast. That's it. That's all you need to know, you know? But there's so many people on Reddit who's like, he never worked at a comic book store. He never worked with John Cena. I was like, dude, all these people could come on and say, yeah, you know? So whatever, it is what it is. But everyone, please, on Friday, March 3rd, go check out the campaign for KONI Waves, and then keep an eye out for Ma'am, which is next. And I'm super excited about that one. And then maybe Mark will throw some more work my way, and I'll just keep on keeping on.
Yeah, man. I love working with my friends. I can keep an eye on them that way.
Exactly. Have a good one.
Thanks.